हॅलो नमस्कार मंडळी वेलकम बॅक टू NSG टॉक्स. बऱ्याच दिवसांनी आपण आलो, इनफॅक्ट महिन्यांनी आलोय या प्लॅटफॉर्म वरती. बट देर आहे लेकिन दुरुस्त. अँड
भाई
द
मुहूर्त
फर्स्ट
मुहूर्त निकाल
क्वेश्चन
के आए, मुहूर्त निकाल के. यस.
and the first question I want to start with is with a bit of a sledging. I want to ask the panel here, how long do you need for this podcast? An hour?
Yeah,
Well,
an hour for one topic depends on how many topics you want to discuss.
a couple of us might agree for an hour, but other two should also agree.
Yeah, but
Then,
the
It's
English
it's
team
then,
our
does
then
not
job
it
to
is
agree
a
for
just
an
mutual.
hour.
talk. It's
Then
our
it is a
job to
mutual
talk until the
decision.
captain says cut.
Yeah, true. But the English team does not think an hour is short enough. Anyway, we'll come to the
Good one,
handshake
good
gate
one.
later. Yeah, we'll come to that handshake gate later. But yeah, welcome again, Rishabh, Sagar, and Nikhil. Pleasure to have you on the NSG talks. So to start with, obviously we are covering this Manchester test, and we are doing a review on Manchester. So, any first thoughts to start with, and I'll start with Sagar on the pitch and conditions.
Uh, I think pitch was pretty much the same as other pitches in the series. Lords was a little bit more slower, and I mean, throughout the theme has been new ball pitches. Basically, new ball does things. When it gets slightly old, batting becomes very easy. So from a very neutral point of view, considering that all the four matches have gone to the fifth day, and
Yeah.
we've had 20 days of Test cricket. Uh, you could bring out pros and cons of all these pitches, but I don't know. I have enjoyed the cricket for that matter, because when these kind of wickets are made, it offers something to everyone. Whoever puts in their efforts, and bowlers, batters, whoever applies their skills the best, they get returns on these kind of wickets. So I think good for me.
So to add to, he mentioned about pitches being new ball and old ball pitches. I think for me it's simple. Whenever India bats, it's a bowling friendly wicket. Whenever India bowls, it's a batting friendly wicket. That's the bottom line. That's how the series has been.
No, but I don't know what to make of these pitches. On one hand, we want an equal contest between a bat and a ball, but then again, all the four test matches have lasted 5 days, and
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
remember the last time it had happened. I don't remember
exactly.
when India played a 5 day test match, so I don't know what to make of these pitches. But if we are getting 20 days of good competitive cricket, so be it. Then we can say it's a good pitch if it is lasting 5 days. And a small point, when Sagar said it is a new ball pitch, so it is difficult to face the new ball and then it gets easier. So we can also say it is exactly the opposite of a subcontinental pitch. The new ball is easy and then it gets tougher in subcontinent. I think Ben Stokes got it wrong, or he seems confused, so it's okay.
Hope he stays confused for the fifth test as well.
Yeah, but on the conditions, Amay, you mentioned, and since you were there in England, what what we always expect of a series in England, you expect prodigious swing, right? Banana swing and that kind of thing. We have seen no bowler from either of the teams being able to consistently get that kind of swing. What could be the reason?
The heat wave, I would say. When
Mm,
I was there for the London test, Lords was like a bhatti, I'll tell you. It
okay,
it felt it didn't feel the Compton North Stand, not gate. It felt like North Stand 1K day.
advantage.
Okay, yeah. It was a bhatti with no roof, that too. So
Okay.
yeah, needed some sunscreen all over my body, but I think the Lord's conditions were very dry compared to the other places. Even the pitch was slower. I haven't seen a recent England test team or innings where only 250 runs were scored on the first day while they were batting first, and they did not collapse. So naturally, the Bazball did not work on that pitch.
Mm.
We should have won that match, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. But
Mm.
it was hotter, and I'm sure in all the other uh, venues as well, the conditions are quite different. I hope now London has slightly become cooler, so Oval might give us some more opportunity for the fast bowlers. Let's hope. Let's hope that. And if there is opportunity for the fast bowlers, I believe that our seamers will get more purchase than the English
Yeah.
seamers, barring maybe Archer. But we'll see. But yeah, it was horribly hot. I mean, nothing
Yeah.
for the fast bowlers, and on that surface, Bumrah did what only Bumrah does, getting three of the best English batsmen out bowled in fact. So yeah,
Mm.
great to watch him take those 5 wickets and be on the honors boards. Great experience. Never thought I'll
But
get that opportunity. So thank God.
but
Super, super.
despite drier nature of pitches and this heat wave, there is no reverse swing as such, and I am
Mm.
finding it very difficult to understand. I think the new Duke's ball must have something to do with it, but despite such dry nature of the pitches, hardly any reverse swing.
Yeah. Nikhil is true to his umpiring instincts, and his focus is first on the ball, its shape. What is it doing? Is it reversing? Did someone tamper? Is the condition helping? Right. So yeah, so coming on the ball factor, right? So Nikhil, I did come across one interview of the owner of Duke's factory in England, Mr. Jajodia. He said that there's nothing particularly wrong with the batch of the Duke's ball that is being used for the series, while they will investigate for the entire series if the quality of the Duke's ball was good. But what interesting point he made was that his job is to ensure that the ball he gives, the new cherry, is in the right shape and right size and right quality. When it gets old, it's none of his business.
No warranty.
No warranty. Yeah, true.
Well, umpires have been happy with the ball, so I mean nobody else should have any other feeling. If umpires are happy, that's it. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, and I
And
mean,
now coming,
no, yeah, please, please, please,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Go ahead, Sagar.
No, I was thinking that I think too much is being made out of, the ball going out of shape and all that. Uh, I'm sure. I mean, and I think all four of us have played leather ball cricket, right? So, if you are every time going to have that measure, the circle, and you're going to put the ball through, and even the minutest of disfiguration is going to cause that. But I think for, it's not a plastic ball, right? It's not made of an artificial material. It's leather at the end of the day. There is stitching on it, so there are going to be some indentations, some disfigurations. So I don't know. Uh, we'll have to see, because one thing is for sure, a lot of time is being wasted in examining the ball, and the ball changes, unnecessarily wastage of time.
But
Yeah.
that's fine, right? Test
And
match going into 5 days, 2 3 days in between become quite dead. You need something to spice up, Otherwise, what will the journalists write in the newspaper that it was a good contest? But after that, what? So you need something. So I think that's a good point.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, yeah.
to spice up this conversation, right? Rishabh, over to you. What do you think about the team selection for the fourth test? Were you happy with Kamboj? Were you happy with some of the other selections and leaving out Kuldeep yet again?
See, so if I start from top, firstly, I felt that removing Karun Nair was a big mistake. I still
Yeah.
believe that because okay, Sai Sudarshan might be a talented player, all of that, all said and done, accepted. But the fact that when your top seven has five left-handers, what are where's that left hand right hand combination which you talk about? So Karun Nair is giving you those 30 40s. He needs just one inning to convert into a big
Yeah.
score. And he's in the innings he's got out, a few have maybe thrown away, but a couple of them were like unplayable deliveries, which is bounced off the
Yeah.
length. And you can't
Yeah.
really blame
Yeah.
any batsman there. So I think he needs
Yes.
to get that run. Also for the fact that that right hander in the middle at number three adds or gives that balance, extra sort of balance with that variation coming in. So Karun Nair is or should have been in the 11 first. Coming to combos, that was a desperate selection, right? With Arshdeep not available, Reddy not available. They wanted someone who could click. And looking at how Indian cricket runs, when someone clicks or does well, you just get him into the setup and sort of brush him till he loses his shine. And that's exactly what they did. Kamboj
Yeah.
had a good
Mm.
A tour, so just get him in and ask him to bowl. There was a stat which I was reading that there was not even one delivery he bowled above 140 kilometers, whereas in the A games he was consistently bowling above 140. So I don't know whether he was not 100% fit, he was not
Yeah.
finding
Yeah.
his rhythm, what was it,
Yeah.
but he was completely
Yes.
out of
Yeah.
shape. Might as well you could have played someone like Prasid, who yes has not delivered to the extent what he's expected, but he's at least played in England. He's played the initial test matches, so he has that experience. So if you
Yeah.
had to go with a pacer, probably I would go with Prasid. The last thing, Kuldeep should have been in the side from game one, but just because you don't have enough belief in your batting order that they can sustain the sort of lethal bowling lineup which England has. I mean, considering the way we are batting, you have to call that bowling lineup lethal, unfortunately. But all said and done, because you don't have that confidence in the batting lineup, you need to have Washington, you need to have Jadeja to cushion that batsman, cushion the batters at the top, and that means Kuldeep has to lose out. So definitely Kuldeep has to come in next test. Probably now with Washi and Jadeja both settled, they can afford to consider them as batting all rounders and not bowling all rounders, and make way for him. So Kuldeep is a desperate move now because of the kind of pressure which all fans and all cricket experts have been building in. But we're really exciting to see what happens next. But this time, I'm surely they missed a chance.
Rishabh, fair
Yeah.
When you
fair
Cool.
mention
logic. Sorry, fair
No, go
logic
ahead.
for fair logic for Jadeja and Washington, but then Nitish and Shardul, you're
But
playing three all
Nitish,
rounders.
so Nitish is injured, right?
No, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm saying throughout the series, right? Of course, Nitish got a game, and now Shardul has also got a game. They have been ridiculously underbowled, okay, and nothing great to show with the bat as well. So, I mean, what is
See,
the
to
whole
be to
point?
be honest, if you
No.
have a bowler like Washington Sundar who comes into bowl after you complete what 50-60 overs of your innings, you're basically he's a batsman who is just
Yeah,
rolling his arm over. I mean, even Root does that. Root is considered as
yeah,
a batsman, but he comes into bowl those 4 5 overs in between. So Washington Sundar is more of doing that. Even in this test, once he got those 2 wickets, is when he got more overs to bowl.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
then
Yeah.
might as well consider him as a proper batsman, play him there, get a proper bowler who could bowl those 5, 10, 15 over spells on the trot. Because anyways, if you're playing Bumrah, you have all those things like workload management, injury management, all of that. So you can't
mm,
like push him to the threshold that keep on bowling from one end. Siraj, touchwood, he's been doing well, but he's just one injury away
It's not
from
big.
yeah,
from being from being out for a long time because he's been your workhorse.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
So so
No,
somewhere
what?
or the
Yeah.
other you need to find someone, right?
So what the team management is doing is they are hoping that three of the
Mm,
main bowlers pick more wickets, maybe all
yeah,
10, and
yeah,
then other three, if needed, they will bowl.
yeah,
If not needed, better because they are there to bat. So we are
yeah.
hoping that Siraj,
Mhm.
Bumrah, and the third Simmer will pick up wickets, maybe
Correct,
7 8 wickets, and then last 2 3 wickets, maybe the other three bowlers would chip in. That is not
correct.
happening, but the strategy is remaining the same even if that is not happening. That is
Yeah.
why Washington is coming to bowl at 70 over 70th over or 69th over, whatever that is. Now, I actually partly agree with Rishabh about Karun Nair. I think Karun Nair should have played this game, but I also understand why he was dropped. I think if he would have scored a 30 in that second innings, then he would have been selected. I think that cost him his place in the team because he that last fourth day, right? Fourth day in Lord's test. when we lost
Mm.
three
Yeah.
wickets.
Yeah.
That really, I believe that really did a sin rather than Rishabh Pant's run out and everything. So that cost Karun his spot. Kuldeep, so I think I've been saying from the Australia that he has to play, he has to play. Now that Jadeja and Washington have scored hundreds, I actually don't see Kuldeep playing because I don't think they will play three spinners. I don't know. They
Mm.
can do anything, of course, but three spinners and three seamers seems a weird combination.
No,
But
but
So
Nikhil,
that
I
as
mean,
yeah, as Rishabh said, are they considering Washington in, even as a spinner because he
while
if he's coming to ball after 50 overs.
but while picking the side they are, while playing
Mm.
the side they
Yeah,
are not. That is the difference. That is the problem.
Yeah,
true,
and
true.
one more problem is, and it's a good problem to have. Washington is also taking wickets, so
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
like he's coming to bowl after
yeah.
65 overs and is going wicketless for 100 or 50. He's taking
Mm.
you, he's giving you some wickets as well. So it's a tough thing to solve now. And I do agree with what Nikhil is saying. Maybe the management will persist with Shardul once again because you need that fourth spinner. Sorry, fourth seamer to support Bumrah.
Mm.
Is Bumrah
But
going
but
to
I
play?
really like what Nikhil said about management rather than planning to win or planning to take those 20 wickets. They are hoping to take those 20 wickets because I mean the very logic that Bumrah will play 3 out of 5 test matches. I mean imagine the kind of pressure on Bumrah कि भाई तेरे को 3 टेस्ट मैच खेलना है and you are the lead bowler. You have to go out there and pick wickets by dozens, right? That is the message that is going to Bumrah. And of course, I mean, he's aligned with it, whatever it is, jo bhi hai. But, and then, of course, Siraj and the third frontline bowler, they are bowling so much under pressure that they know ki they are the ones with the responsibility. And then when it is not working, which has happened in this series, we are losing games. It's as simple as that because test matches are won by bowlers. Test matches are won by picking 20 wickets.
so
Yeah,
the big question here, Bumrah was supposed to play three. He has played three.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a.
So
I was asking that. Is Bumrah going to play?
big
I think
question.
he
Ah.
should because the next series is slightly away. Nothing important in between, barring that Asia Cup, which is again T20. But if you compare a test outing versus an entire
Yeah.
T20 Asia Cup tournament, I think even Bumrah would be wanting to play the test more than
With the series on the
any of
line as
us
well.
with the
Yeah.
Yeah,
series on the line.
and
Yeah,
and and good thing was on that last fourth day, Bumrah's speeds were up. He was bowling 130,
it was up.
135 earlier, but on the fourth day he
Yeah.
consistently clocked 140. So I think that Nigel was gone, and he was there was a fitter Bumrah on that fourth day. So maybe
Mm.
that means
Yeah,
he will play.
true.
Yeah, hopefully.
Also, Nikhil also made one more important point. Nikhil is today making all the important points. Uh, so, so he said that it is as if we have three bowlers who are being tasked to take 10 wickets, and the others are just support casts. But
Mm.
on the English side, it seems that they don't even have those three bowlers to
Yeah.
take our 10
Yes.
wickets,
Yes.
and then they are basically pleading us. They are doing a beg ball and asking for a handshake while there are 15 while there are 15 overs still left, where potentially a side as good as England, Australia, and India can run through an opposition if they get one opening, but they choose not to do that and then crib and say that you're going for personal milestones. You want to score your hundreds against our lesser bowlers. Any starting comments while we open this topic, Sagar?
Honestly, not very surprised. Okay, because the English and the Aussies they've always been like that. Okay, they have always been condescending. They have always been having that entitlement with them that cricket should run as they please. Okay, and it has been called out many times before. So. not very surprised on it, to be very honest. Just what was disgraceful was that after that banter, they actually asked Harry Brook to, serve up those dollies
37 miles. Yeah.
yeah. So that was absolute disgrace to the game. And I mean, for a country that calls itself the home of cricket, and all that history and Lords, they want to host the WTC final everywhere with the captain and the team leading by this kind of example. Absolutely shameful, pathetic, disgrace. I mean, the words are not enough to describe the behavior. But again, as I said, not surprised.
Yeah. Rishabh.
So, I'll talk about Ben Stokes first. I always feel that he's underrated. Some might say he's overrated, whatever. But every time you start to feel that, okay, yes, I think Ben Stokes deserves to get that credit, or he deserves to be recognized to the level what he's contributed to England cricket and to world cricket. When he's suddenly you feel like, okay, he should be regarded as one of the best all rounders or in that league altogether. He does something foolish, and you sort of compare him to your fellow mate who plays with you right downstairs, right? You abuse him left, right, and center. So it's like you build, all your life, you build a career, you get so much, you perform so well, and there's one chance where you feel that, okay, I might really start to respect this person. He just loses it in one shot.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what he has done again. Absolutely disgraceful, like Sagar Dada said. Not necessary. How can you say that you want to score 100 against Harry Brook? I mean,
Yeah.
you're the
Yeah.
captain.
Yeah.
Don't give him the ball. You come and bowl yourself. Hold your shoulder, hold your knee, that's fine. You score 50, 60 runs, you cramp up, you go out, that is fine. These guys have toiled hard, played against all the possible bowlers that you had, the best possibly which you had. And now when they're just 10, 15 runs away, you are telling them that you want to score runs against them. If this was
Yeah.
the reverse, would Ben Stokes have the audacity to come and shake hands? I mean, the fact that the team or the captain who wins a World Cup on the basis of boundary count or because of an overthrow hitting the non-striker's bat and going to a boundary does not have the right, firstly, to talk about things like spirit of cricket and spirit of the game. I mean, just put your head down, bowl, accept that you have lost a chance to win, and clap for the opposition and try next time. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
See, and
Or
15 overs. Okay, we are talking about 90 legal deliveries. Okay, and we are talking about England, who is a good test playing nation. Anything can happen in tests.
Yeah. Yeah.
see,
Yes, yes, Nikhil.
all of a sudden, England has a culture of team before personal landmarks and milestones. Your home of cricket has an honors board which
Correct.
celebrates personal landmarks.
Mm.
Many of your stadiums have honors board which celebrate personal landmarks. You shouldn't have the audacity to judge people, to tell people that we are these uh, we are sitting on this pedestal and looking down upon everybody. You
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
cannot assume that authority. You no longer have that authority. And
And
I
even
I
even
absolutely agree with Rishabh. 90 of those 95 runs Jadeja scored were against Archer, Vokes, and your premier bowler himself, Ben Stokes himself. Then for
Yeah.
last 5 runs, you are giving Brook the ball, and then you have the audacity to ask Jadeja you want to score your 100 against Brook. I mean, pathetic, just pathetic.
mean, just to
Yeah.
add to Nikhil Lada's point, right? I mean, in that very test, on day one, they inaugurated two stands in the name of Farooq Engineer and another West Indian great who apparently had done well individually for the Lancashire County. And then you say that it's not about individual milestones. I mean, how more hypocrite can you get?
Hey, and see, the point is, it's not a problem of Ben Stokes. It's not a problem of Crawley or Duckett or whoever got into that. It's
It's
it's a generic problem. It's a
generic
generic
problem.
problem of these guys. You look at the comments in support of that behavior. You look at Jonathan Trott. defending that behavior.
Yeah.
Yes,
You look at Kevin Peterson, the
Kevin
wannabe
Peterson.
wannabe Englishman. I don't know why he's not even an Englishman actually. So you look at
Overcompensation.
overcompensation,
But
of course. Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
he behaves like one, but
Yeah, that's what I said. Wannabe Englishman. So you look at that, you look at their comments, and then you see that it's not a specific issue with that person, Ben Stokes, or with the other people who were involved. It's a cultural thing for them, and that is why I said I was not surprised that condescending and what you can say, the entitled
Entitled.
type
entitled.
of
Yeah,
Yes.
that
yeah
was the word. That was the
yeah
word I
And
was
and
yeah
looking for.
and
Entitled.
also,
Yeah.
see, the fun fact is, England bowled for 145 overs. We bowled for 153 overs. We bowled more,
yeah yeah
and we didn't have anything to say.
yeah.
Why did Ben Stokes not declare when the lead was sufficient enough?
Yeah.
Or
I
Where,
mean,
or are they
where
saying
was
they don't have
Bazball?
confidence on their, yeah, I don't, they don't have confidence in their batters to post a third innings total of 300, 350, and then give us some target?
absolutely, absolutely.
So
No,
let me
and
let me ask.
whatever be the reasons, you have no what you can say. Okay, you have the right to ask for a handshake, to ask if we can call off the test. But when the person who's there is declining it, that's it. Close it.
That's it. That's it.
Whatever your opinions are, you can
Doesn't matter.
shove them up your white whatever you have,
Backside.
and carry on. Go and bowl.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that gets me to one question, and I want opinions from all of y'all. Eventually, after getting to 200, when both Washington Sundar also got to his 100, they decided to call it off. Should India have batted the entire set of remaining
Yes.
10-12 overs?
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
I have
100%.
a slightly different point. What I think
No.
should have been done is bat for 5 more overs when there are
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
seven to eight
And
overs.
I
declare.
When
will
there are seven,
declare
and declare, and then give them a target of 120 in 8 overs.
in
Yeah.
8
अब करो
overs.
तुम्हारा बास बॉल शुरू.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we bowl those 8 overs with our premier bowlers, not
Yeah.
Bumrah, because we don't want to risk an injury there. But you
Yeah.
go with Jadeja, go
Yeah.
with Washington, you go with Kamboj, you play your premier bowlers for those 8 overs and show
Yeah.
them how it is
Yeah.
done. I would have absolutely
Place all nine
done
fielders
that.
on the place nine fielders on the boundary. Ask
On the
Yashasvi
boundary.
Jaiswal to ball leg spin.
Uh,
Kill hogi, mar.
That's a. I can understand. This is a proper, Indian television vamp sort of mindset which is coming out. Like how bad you can make it for them.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
but I wouldn't be surprised if even in that setting, Zach Crawley might get out.
Will get injured first. The ball will hit the
Uh,
bat, but he will get
the
hit on
bat.
his finger. The physio will come, and then
I mean,
he'll probably get out.
what has Zach Crawley achieved to stand there and tell Jadeja that shake our hands and go away? I mean, what
I mean,
entitled.
I think
Uh,
he averages 30 in his career. He averages 30 in this series as well. So I don't have any doubt on his ability to be a 30 only
yeah.
average player. So he's doing what he does best. And
What
he
it
वो
is
उतना
best.
ही player है. उतना ही player
Yeah.
है.
Arey,
उतना कर
boss,
रहा
he
है अपना काम.
couldn't. If
अभी
he
बाकी
was in
टाइम तो मुंह
India,
चलाएगा ना.
if he was in India, he wouldn't have played a Ranji game. Forget international. There
But
All the oh,
there are 10,000 Zach Crawleys roaming in India today. Kai-
crawling in India.
but I think we have spoken enough about this
Yeah,
specific
that
incident. But
that
if
was a
we
good
move to the
therapy session.
so we can have a separate episode around this, where everyone can come and vent out their frustration. I'm sure the kind of diamonds which will come out of it will be worth I don't know how much. But coming to the some of the positives, right? Because Amay Dada mentioned that word average, there is one player who's always been compared or has been looked at in terms of he's too good a player in terms of or basis what the average looks like or what his average is, or sometimes people call him out for his low average, and that is KL Rahul. And he's been that one player who's turned out to be a revelation for us.
Yeah.
Even though the number of runs or the scorecard might show Gill as the number one scorer, for me, that one player who's made a difference has been KL Rahul. So I think it's only fair that we give him that right. We give him that recognition for what he's
Yeah.
done, because I think he's been that one player. I mean, the last player I can think of to do something like that has been Dravid, where the team needs a keeper, he will
Hmm.
keep. The team needs someone to open, he opens. The team needs someone to bat at six, he'll bat at six. Does not matter. It's India, it's Australia, it's South Africa. Wherever there is a crack, you throw him in and he fills it up for you. So I
Yeah.
think, what
Yeah.
what do you guys have to say about KL Rahul, the player, and the person that he's turned out to be? Because you can see that he's supporting Gill in taking decisions also. Many a times he's conversing with the bowlers as the senior man standing at slips in terms of ye field वहां लगा, वो fielder को आगे ले पीछे ले. So what are your thoughts on KL Rahul?
Uh, okay. I mean, see, and Rishabh, I think you will remember over the last few years in our Nordstand WhatsApp group also, we have been discussing that KL is our next all format captain, right? So as a person being that very calm, composed in his nature and everything, he was always there. His class was always there, never in doubt. Yes, the performances were a bit inconsistent earlier, and there have been criticisms, which is okay, which is okay. You perform, you get the praise. You don't perform, you get criticized as well. So, but then, I mean, no doubt about what you said, because and if I put our batting effort together. KL at the top, Gill in the middle, and Jadeja in the lower order. It's been kind of a tripod on which the Indian batting has stood in this series, and KL is actually one of the reasons why all the matches have actually gone for 5 days, because he's just batted time. He's batted times. He's consumed balls like anything. So I mean, if I mean, revelation, not from his ability point of view, but from application. The ability we all knew was there, but the
Yeah.
application is just fantastic.
It is the first time I believe since 21 that he has gotten four consecutive test as an opener.
Yes,
That also makes a difference.
that's a
And he
factor.
has,
Yeah.
as Rishabh said, he has always been I'll do what you need kind of a guy.
Mm.
So I think in last England series he played as an opener for four consecutive tests. After that, this is the first time he's doing that, and that
Mm.
probably has helped him a lot.
Yeah, I'll add one closing comment on KL Rahul. I'm just glad and happy to see that KL is finally, the consistent KL that we were always looking for the last 10 years,
Mm.
ever since he debuted. That average of 35 should have been anywhere around in the late 40s easily, with
Late
the class
40s.
and the ability that he has.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that has never materialized. There could be numerous reasons why he did not perform that well. His own inconsistency is one of the main reasons. Having said that, very happy with what he has done. He has proved all his naysayers wrong by being a lot consistent and not just flagging away at the end of the series. So I hope that even at Oval, he continues his good work and puts us in the strong positions that he has put us. Okay.
And
Yes,
him,
Nikhil.
just a quick point. Him performing was very critical for this tour because
Mm.
without KL Rahul, the entire top order was brand new, young
Yeah.
top order, which
Yeah.
would have succumbed. So it was very important for him to perform, be there in that team as that experienced guy to see through all these youngsters because everybody is playing their first series apart from
Mm.
I think apart from Gill and KL, the top order is playing their first test series in England. So he was very critical, and I'm glad that he has performed, and hope he continues because I think he is now our opener. So hope he
Hmm.
continues that.
Also, talking about openers, right? Jaiswal, unfortunately, by his standards, this has been a little bit of a quiet series for him, barring that 100. So, any thoughts, Rishabh, on Jaiswal? or is he now going to come good in Oval? What are your predictions on Jaiswal?
I think he will. I mean, I think he started off the series on a really good note, but after that, I mean, I'm not an expert as such. I'm not a coach or something like. But what I can see is that tentativeness which you play in T20s with, right? He just keeps pushing at it. Even in the last
Mm,
innings which he got out, it was a good ball, no doubt, but they just squared him up. You look at the
yeah.
same shot. If it was Kale Rahul, his bat is so close to his pad, he just holds it there. Whereas Jaiswal tends to push at it. Because you push at it, the bat comes down at an angle, the face closes, it takes the edge and flies off to the slip. So I think it's just about that mindset which he needs to work on. We've all seen he's got the skill, he's got the abilities, he's been there, done that. So I think he just needs to wire his brain in a way where he needs to find that calm, that he's playing
Yeah.
test, he has time on his hands, and he needs to learn to buy that time. I think if he does that, then the kind of Jaiswal that we've seen in West Indies, in Australia, we have got glimpses of it in the initial test here, will come good. And if this time it comes good, it will matter a lot to India as well as to Jaiswal himself as well, because the series is on the line and you get that confidence when you perform in tough situations. So I think it's just a matter of someone senior in the team talking to him and him getting in the right frame of mind, and I think then we are in for a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
and
just to quickly,
if we square
sorry,
up
yeah.
if we square up the series, right, to all, we need someone like Jaiswal to hit as many boundaries as possible, so that we just ensure we have more boundaries than England to decide the fate of the series. So Jaiswal, even in that context, is the most critical batsman that we'll have for the fifth test. Yeah, Sagar.
Yeah. No, no, I was saying just a quick comment on Shubman Gill. I mean, man, it's only the second Indian to get 700 plus runs in a series after Gavaskar, outside India, of course. I mean, crazy, crazy. I mean, again, class was always there and the ability was always there. But just the way that he has kind of risen to the challenge, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Being the captain also, and the fact which I'm really impressed with is he made that statement. If you remember, that he said that I want to be India's
To
leading run
be
scorer
within the
in this
score.
series. Okay, to make that statement and then to live up to that, boss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something. That's something.
No, see, the
Yeah.
test
Also,
cap.
this
Yeah,
century, the latest one, I feel personally is his best in the series,
best.
Absolutely,
looking at the
absolutely.
context of the game.
Yeah,
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 yeah. He
absolutely.
got hit on the fingers like
Um,
two, three times. He's injured and he's batting through that. Oh, absolutely brilliant.
so
Yes, Nikhil.
captaining a test is a hell of a job, and
Yeah.
he is a young captain. He is going to make mistakes. He will learn
Mm,
and all that. But the batter, Gill the batter, the way he has responded to this challenge, to the captaincy,
Mm,
tells me that there is something there, and we have to persist with him. He will learn. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a team management that will help him now, uh, sort of team selection and so all.
mm.
But the way the batter has responded to captaincy, tells me that there is a huge potential there, and we I don't know if we have made a correct choice, but I personally think we have, as a captain. The batter is really responding well, and I hope he
Yeah.
continues that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
we use that idiom that rise from the ashes, or risen from the ashes. That exactly what Shubman Gill's performance in this series can be summed up, for the simple reason that before the start of the series, obviously when he was handed over the captaincy, many of us had our doubts, and there's no inhibition in accepting that fact, that I myself felt that was it too early for Shubman Gill. So firstly, people, or maybe your countrymen itself, are not really sure about the position or the title you're given as a captain. Secondly, the previous tour you played, you didn't really have the best of the tours. You
Mm.
had a poor tour. So in terms of captaincy, you didn't have that support mentally. In terms of batting, you were not in the best of the headspace because you didn't get runs in the previous game. And then to come to a tournament or come to a away series in England is never easy. So considering all the adversities, the way he's come back, I think it just shows that
Yeah.
how mentally strong that individual Shubman Gill is. And I think at this age, if we can get that, I think he's in for a great future. And there are some wonderful memories or which wonderful moments which he's going to give us as Indians to celebrate. That's for sure.
Mm,
Right, right.
definitely.
Great. Definitely. Great to see that for Shubman. Also, great to see our very own Jadeja also doing so much great as a batter at this time in England. But one thing, and before we can end this session, right? Um, and I know this is more of a long-term perspective. Um, do we see Washington Sundar as our new number five? While Pant can take a little bit of a back seat and start playing at number six or seven, because we've got some assurity in terms of technique, ability, and also headspace, where Washington is having all the three spaces covered for that number five position, which is very important to stabilize the innings. What is your take individually? Washi at number five.
All for it. All for it. I mean, it depends how comfortable Pant will be going down at six because he's looked really good at five. Okay.
Yes, he has.
But apart from that, I don't see any reason to groom Washington there and have that batsman who can give you those crucial 15, 20 overs in a test match, right? So I mean nothing. He's an absolute asset, man. He's an absolute asset, and I mean in the long term, I really see him going on to break some real records because in India he will get wickets, no doubt about that. It will all depend on how he bowls in the foreign conditions and batting. I mean, there's no doubting his batting abilities.
Maybe use that drift a little bit more, right? Like
Yeah,
we keep
yeah,
talking,
yeah.
Sagar.
It is that
Beautiful drift.
lovely drift away. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have our fellow off spinner Rishabh wanting to say something about Washi. Yes,
No, no.
Rishabh.
So yeah, he's bowling superb. So the thing is that in India, right, we make a perception and we stick to it. So players like Jadeja, players like Washington Sundar are looked at bowling all rounders.
Mm.
So that perception will never change, and that's how we will always treat him, even if he scores 10,000
Mm.
runs in his career. That's the I wouldn't say that's a problem, but that's how it is. So I would rather have a Pant who sticks to number five where he's done well. I will
Mm.
have a Washington Sundar at number six or number seven only for the fact that Pant gets that freedom to play the way he does. Because if Pant comes lower down the order, the thing is he has to bat with the tail. So you
Mm.
never know. Maybe if the test match is stuck in a tight situation, he might get under pressure. He might get into the shell, and the usual Pant which we see, doing his antics, which has probably cost him dearly this time. But still, that's what brings that spice to the test match or the modern day test match that we have. So just to protect Pant, I would say Sundar down there, and he's got the ability. He can play out those five deliveries, take a single of the last ball, and build or add on crucial runs batting with the tail. That's a quality. So he can always build that. He has the quality. So I'll stick with Pant at five. I won't sort of you know tinker there.
Yeah, you made a very important point, Rishabh. You said you want to protect Pant at five while he does all his histrionics. Wonderful. That just
Mm.
sums up what
Yeah,
enigmatic player Pant really is.
yeah.
Absolutely.
He's a
But I
once
think
Great.
once in a
we have spoke.
generation kind of a fellow. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have spoken enough about all the players who got it the limelight, right? We've spoken about Gill, we've spoken about Pant, we've spoken about the bowling department, we have spoken about Jadeja as well. But there's one player which I feel that if we don't mention, it is wrong on our part, and that would be Dhruv Jurel. That selfless guy, coming from a country where you are mentally built in such a way that from childhood you just go, you bat, and then you come home. Yeah, माझी बॅट मी घरी चाललो coming from that mindset. I mean, on a lighter note, but that's how it's been wired, right? And then that you're going to play a test match where you're not going to get a chance to bat at all. You have not got a debut which you have been waiting for, but selflessly to go out there and keep wickets for like 100, 150 overs. I think he deserves a hell lot of credit. we really hope that he gets the debut coming into next test, which looks highly
He
likely.
will.
But
He
the
will.
way
He will.
he's kept, especially the last innings at Lords, those buys, and then somewhere some people blaming him for the number of
No,
runs
no.
with which we eventually lost the test. Two coming over here, those two crucial stumpings. I think we need to give Dhruv Jurel, the wicket keeper, the credit that he deserves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Any true.
All right.
And just to quickly have a closing comment on team selection because I could not add
Yeah.
there. Uh, Jadeja's consistency with the bat again shouldn't surprise any of us. Any of us. A guy who has got three triple hundreds in domestic cricket knows how to get set. Okay? So with that ability always there, and the whole debate, is he a great all-rounder and all that. He actually could have been if he was utilized properly. I mean, the guy could have been regularly batting in your top six, which has never happened. Okay,
He
and
should have.
absolutely, and when you played him to what you can say protect your batting order. Uh, all that did is the team leaving out an attacking bowler option. Always. We remember all the debates when he was the only spinner picked overseas over Ashwin, okay,
Yeah.
who was an attacking option. And now in this series also we see he's picked over Kuldeep. I mean nothing against Jadeja, but then uh, and what Rushabh said, we look at all-rounders as bowling all-rounders. Okay? And in despite of whatever ability they have, we will never consider them as pure batsmen, playing as pure batsmen, and having that bowling skill as a just an extra asset, and then play that extra attacking bowler. And that is the reason we have not been able to win some big test matches, those WTC finals, and then even this series, and especially overseas. That's all I wanted to say.
Perfect. Great summary,
Hmm.
Sagar. Thanks. All right. On that note, I think we
Yeah, but
can call it a day.
before we go, predict our playing 11. Everybody gets a chance to predict our playing 11 for the oval. For the oval.
Okay, let's
What are
start with
you?
you, Nikhil.
Oh, dear. So what I want is Kuldeep. What I will get is Shardul. That I know. I don't know what the status of injury is. I think I read somewhere that all bowlers are fit and available for the match. So maybe Ashdeep for Kamboj, and I don't see any other change in the playing 11.
So
I w-
let's do one. So Nikhila, let's do one thing. Let's go player by player. I think top two for all of us stay the same.
yeah,
At number
yes, of
three,
course.
I will play Karun Nair.
No, you. I don't think you can drop Sai Sudarshan after that first innings. First innings
Okay.
60.
Sagar,
Yeah.
I
you
would.
can either draw it or
No, I'll go with Karun. I'll go with Karun.
I will
so it's
also go
three
with
one.
Karun.
It stays Karun. Okay, you come at number four, which is again Gill. No
Yeah.
competition, right? Then at five, you'll have Jurel as
I
debut.
I have an interesting take on this. I will play Jadeja at five. I think he can handle number
Yeah,
five. Play him as a pure batsman.
yeah,
He will bowl, of course, but consider him as a pure batsman. Get him
Okay,
at five.
so I think I'm sure Jadeja will be the common in all of our teams, all in all of our
Yeah,
teams. So he
yeah,
stays. Your wicket keeper will be Jurel. I think all
yeah,
Yeah,
all
of
would
course.
agree.
yeah.
So
yeah,
your five and six are done. At number seven, for me, it will
Washik.
be Sundar.
Washi,
yeah,
yeah, Washi.
yeah. Absolutely.
Eight,
Absolutely.
Mohammad Siraj. Again, I think all would agree.
I would
Yeah,
want
yeah.
Kuldeep.
So,
I would want Kuldeep. Kuldeep has shown a vast improvement in his batting ability.
yeah,
Uh,
I don't know why they are not trusting his batting. He can stay at the wicket, man.
he
Trust
demonstrated
his.
that. He's demonstrated that enough. So and definitely better than Siraj. and Bumrah or any other specialist
But
bowlers. I think of
I
the specialist bowlers, he is the best batsman as of now that I can easily what you can say vouch for.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
But
let us take eight.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, but I don't think they will go with three spinners and three
Hmm.
pacers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
for
even
you,
I
it's
So
think the same.
probably Thakur.
they will they will stick to Thakur. Yeah, not for me.
Okay,
They will
so
stick to Thakur. I will
Yeah.
definitely pick Kuldeep, but
so,
it is not
so it's
happening.
a draw here. Amay Dada and Nikhil Dada saying Thakur, whereas me and Sagar Dada saying number 8 at Kuldeep.
So I
9 will be
like Nikhil said, I want Kuldeep, but I know it might not
Will
happen. Also, if Bumrah is in the 11, okay, then considering fitness, considering an overworked Siraj and a newcomer in Arshdeep, I would want a cushion of an extra seamer in the form of Shardul instead of Kuldeep. That's the only thing. But in
but
terms
then
of handing, yeah,
Gill
yes,
has to
Nikhil.
give Shardul. Then Gill has to
Yeah,
bowl
even that's the
Shardul.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
so
yeah,
Yeah.
so what I can
true.
see is that till number 7, I think we are very clear in terms
Yeah,
of what team we require. Apart from that one indecisiveness between Sudarshan
Kuldeep
and
and
Karun
Shardul.
Nair, otherwise the team looks settled. I think it's the bowling where there's a lot of deliberation, debates, and discussions which
Mm,
need to happen. So what we can do is I think we can ask our viewers in terms of what would be the lineup they would play. So that would give us a better understanding of how individuals are thinking,
Hmm.
what sort of a
Hmm.
bowling lineup they would go like. And I think it'd be really exciting conversation to have post this test match when we look at what people feel that the team should be as against to what actually played, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Fair point.
fair point. Yeah. All right then. Let's I think meet again in a couple of days just before
Hmm.
the oval test, and let's continue with the banter and see what
Hmm.
the let's also cover what the British media has to say of all the handshake gate that has happened.
Yeah.
And then also let's discuss the oval test preview when we meet
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward.
All
Yes.
right
Looking
then.
forward.
Thank you. See you later. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nikhil.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Bye.
man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, boys. Thank you.